So let us take a look at how to find the trend values when the period of moving average is odd. Let's say if you're given a 3-year moving average, a 5-year moving average, a 7 or 9-year moving average, and so on. So we'll start with the 3-year moving average. So we'll look at how to find the trend values. So when the period of moving average is 3, these are the steps to be followed. Okay, so I'll show side by side. Okay, the steps, and the same steps are shown in table 1. Okay, let us call this as your table 1. So the first step, what we do is we have your, in the column 1 you have your year or your time value, which is denoted by T or X, then your time series value, which is your Y. Okay, and in column 3 you find the 3-year moving totals, column 4 the 3-year moving average. So what we do is, remember, a moving average is nothing but it is an average of a subset or a group of years. So if we're talking about a 3-year moving average, what we're doing is, if we look at these different colored brackets, curly brackets, we're taking a subset or a group of the values of 3 years. Okay, so for example, A is the value of year 1, B is the value of year 2, C is the value of year 3. So for the first group of 3 years, we add them up. Then for the next group or the next value of 3 years, 2, 3, 4. Then the next value of the 3 years, 3, 4, 5. Then the next 3 years, so on until we reach a last value. So in the step 1, you add up the values, which is your Y values here in column 2, corresponding to the first 3 years, and you place the sum against the middle year. So the first 3 years, year 1, 2, 3, the values are A, B, and C. You add up A, B, C, and among these years, 1, 2, 3, 2 is the middle year. Okay, so your value, your sum of A, B, C is placed against the middle year. Then next you move to the next 3 years. Okay, your next 3 years are 2, 3, 4. You add them up, and your middle value here is 3, so the total is placed against the middle year. So we keep on adding, as long as we can add up, or we can take a group of 3 years. So we keep on adding and place the value against the middle year. So this middle year over here, and there's a middle year over here, and finally we have a middle year over here. So after we've placed the middle values, or we'll come across this term later, after we've centered the values. Why? Because we are placing the values against the middle years. Okay, so that is called centering. So this is shown in column 3. Okay, this is shown in column 3. Then what we do in column, the totals are shown in column 3. So these are the totals: A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Then in column 4, because we're taking a 3-year moving average, these totals are divided by 3, and that is how we get the trend values. What you notice is that when using this moving average method, you can't find the trend values for all years. So if you're using a 3-year moving average, the first year and the last year will be left out. In other words, we cannot obtain the trend values for these years. So year 1 and year 7 will be left out. Okay, so in case of a 3-year moving average, the first year and the last year will be left out. So let us take now the example, the case of a 5-year moving average. The procedure is the same. The only difference is we're taking a longer period, which is 5 years. So we'll add up the values, but in this case corresponding to the first 5 years. So here we see that we take the first 5 years, A, B, C, D, E, okay, of the values of these years. So the first 5 years are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The value, we add up their values, A, B, C, D, E, F. Also A, B, C, D, E. So what is the middle year here, or the middle value is 3. Okay, or the middle value is C, the middle year is 3. So we place the sum against the middle year of this group or subset of 5 years. Then we move to the next subset of 5 years, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or the values B, C, D, E, F, and we place the value or the sum against the middle year. So in this subset of 5 years, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your middle year is 4 over here, and the middle value is D, and the sum is placed against the middle year or middle value. Then the next subset of 5 years, the middle year is 5, so your value is placed over here. And because you're taking a 5-year moving average, you're dividing the totals or the 5-year moving totals by 5, and these are the trend values. So you notice here that in case of a 5-year moving average, we are leaving out the first year and the second year, then the last 2 years. So in case of a 3-year moving average, we cannot find the trend values for the first year and the last year. In case of a 5-year moving average, we cannot find the trend values for the first 2 years and the last 2 years. And we're using a longer period, like a 7-year moving average, we'll be leaving out we cannot find trend values for the first 3 years and last 3 years. In case of a 9-year moving average, we cannot find the trend values for the 4 years, the first 4 years and the last 4 years. So that is the disadvantage of using this method, is that we cannot find the trend values for all the years.